back where we started from. And before we get this TNT video started, started off with a new strike. And before we even get into the TNT, I want to take a moment to show you that the front porch Santa showed up. So we got some stuff. I want to show it to you real quick. Look at this box of goodies, and it did come with a note. This is a handwritten note too. Rodney, my name is David. I'll go up here scoping out the area, hopefully moving up, dropping off some parts, including a letter, your favorite, your letter cam, your favorite. So, he's David. This is awesome. I appreciate it. And I don't even, honestly, I have not even really looked in this box. Obviously, there is an air cleaner. Oh, it's drop based too. That might actually work pretty good on the FLTD when I'm trying to take it to the track. It's got a K&N top. It has definitely had its, day in the sun. But hey, that might actually work. David, thank you. We'll have to see about that. That is cool. Let's see the letter cam. It is an E303. Man, I'll tell you what. You know how many B and E303s they sold in their day? They have sold a bunch of them. And we even get this nifty pool noodle. So we got an E303. Where can we put this? We've got some cams. Maybe the van. Actually, I have a cam of David's in the van. I could give David's cam back and put that in there. What else have we got? Ooh, what is this? Got a water temperature gauge. It's an odometer, no less. That's very nice. It's very nice. It's very fancy. Well, always electronic. We gotta have a cine unit for it. We got some a Velcro oil pan gasket, which is got a little twisty twist here. There we go. Velcro oil pan gasket. Very sweet. We definitely use this because we got some oil pan work we got to do coming up, and we've also got some more oil pan work we got to do. We got a set of, I'm assuming these are 5 liter. They're typically stamped. I do not see any stamping on this one. I'm going to assume it's 4 or 5 liter. Oh, there it is, 5.0. Yep. Some pan rails. David, honestly, David loves these things. David, science David. What else have we got in here? Oh, we got a fitting, push lock, 90-degree, 8-in hose. Something we can probably find a use for with our carburetor life that we've been living. What's we got? A set of valve springs. They've even still got some fresh oil on them. They're orange. 926/16. I'm going to assume that that's what these are. And then we have another set of valve springs. I'm not sure what these came off of. Oh, that's something different. There's another set of valve springs with no locks, but it's got retainers. I wonder where these came off of. Not specific on this one, but Dave, thanks for that. I mean, oh, this is definitely something we are always about using. Spring shims. Got some spring shims. We could never have too many of these, honestly. And there's a bunch in here too. that's awesome. I don't know what the... Oh, some 3/8, it's some AFR rocker studs. The package is still sealed. They're not even open up. Some 3/8 rocker studs. We might have a use for that. Push rods. Oh, wow. Oh, these are nice ones too. Oh, they're kind of long. They're Lenottis. I'm not going to count them all out, see if there's 16 here, but it looks like there is. There's 640s. Huh, that would work with most of kind of like the aftermarket heads. Could work with those. Well, that's cool too. Got a set of push rods. Oh wow, we even got the for the oil pan gasket, an aluminum carburetor spacer. Well, you don't have to worry about it warping. That's a fact. At least like the phenolic ones. And it's a square bore. What is this? Aha. More shims. Man, you can never... I'm digging the shims, man. You can never have too many shims. Or at least I can't. In different sizes. Because we've got different heads. So that's very cool too. I'll have to look at that a little closer. And then... Oh, we also got the light with the water temp. And then this, we got, oh, it's got a weather pack. We got a weather pack connector and some other stuff that goes with. We got a jegs line lock that has never been used. Wow, it's a single in, single out. And we got a corded button. This is, you know, this is what's in the long engineering shift handles, and I need to order like one of these without the cord end on it. But that's very cool too. We can use that on a steering wheel with line lock for the race shaft. David, thank you for this stuff. It's actually really cool because there's a lot of stuff here that we can use or will use. And the eCam, that's great. So thanks again, David. I certainly appreciate it. It was also nice chatting with you for a few minutes. Hopefully you're able to move up here and you can hang out with us at the track. So, because that's where we try and be if we can. So anyway, let's get on to the TNT because I know that's what you guys are waiting on. So let's do it. All right, Trojan, we're here. It's only us, but we're here. Man, there's like hardly anyone here. Happy Easter. Track goes hot in like 20 minutes. And there's literally no cars here. Holy crap. I mean, there is literally no cars. There's like 5 cars here. This is crazy. Crap, I think 3 cars counting myself here. Doesn't look good. I mean, I had to forgo a freaking Easter dinner to come out here for this. This is dedication. I know that, you know, oh, I miss one. This is dedication, man. It's dedication. I'm here and no one else is. No one's coming. We may not even get run today. I'm getting jacked on these testing tunes. Son of a gun. Because they may just call it. I mean, there's no one here. So, and I don't want to stay super late either. Crap. Damn it, Joey. Or it's not Joey's fault. It's people's fault for, you know, not showing up. I mean, it is Easter though, so I don't know. Might not be the best day to have a event. He's even got someone dressed up as the freaking Easter bunny, man. There's a big old Easter bunny over behind that black trailer. They're supposed to have Easter egg hunt today too. This is my Easter lunch right here, guys. A freaking peanut butter and jelly sandwich that I made my own damn self. All right. Erg. Just don't blame me for this fiasco. I'm here, guys. I tried. First pass.
First car down the track. It's cold. It's probably going to spin, but we're going to try it anyway. 2 steps at 46. All right. My crew chief, Zach. Adjust the fuel pressure a little bit. I need right now. Big whole bottle of that.
Well, let's get this party started. Yeah, we went to the track, obviously. I was the only one there. Eric couldn't make it. David wasn't gonna be able to make it. Pirate was out of town. So Kevin was, you know, it's Easter, so people were doing stuff. Which the track, after talking to a couple guys at the track, they're like, this is usually a really good day for us. And I was like, really? I said, after everyone gets out of church, they usually come race. So, you know, but the weather probably scared a lot of people off. It had actually rained the day before. It was pretty cold, to be honest. It was like in the mid 50s. The wind was blowing. It was overcast. So it was just, you know, there wasn't a lot of people there. Which I feel bad for Joey, because he went to a lot of trouble doing Easter baskets and stuff. And, you know, the sun would have been out, it would have probably been a different situation. As far as us, drove up there. Trojan drove fine, everything's cool. First pass, we were the first car down the track. And like always, I left way too hot. I do that every time I go up there. Just one day it's gonna work. It's not, but I left way too hot. I mean, it's 4,600, but it's way too hot. Just blew tires off. You know, we still just went ahead and made the trip anyway. Just, you know, always need to practice shifting. So we just brought it right back around. No one else had went down the track. We were the only person staging. Brought it back around and left really soft, probably, I mean, I was probably about 3,600 or so, and just gave it a clutch slip out of the hole. And it was, you know, whatever. And, you know, got all the gears, you know, and it, you know, didn't run anything spectacular. So let's take a look at those time slips real quick, and then we'll come back. But we just made the 2 passes and we let it rest, hoping some other cars would, make some passes, because there was not hardly any slick cars there. There was a couple of street tire cars there, and they probably made 20 passes. So anyway, which didn't help us none. So let's look at the slips real quick. Tire blazing 187, you know, 772 at 93.3. I'll have the DA listed down here. The DA was actually pretty good. Our second pass, we clutch slipped it out, 160. 738, 93.88. That's a personal best on mile an hour, but you know, the weather was probably helping us out on that. So that was what it looked like for our first 2 passes. Nothing to get excited about.
Oh, here comes Patrick. Big giant hooster. He said that gas cost $22 a gallon that he was putting in that car. I said, man, you better get off my back. Patrick trying to do me a solid. Watered him up a little bit. It was paddling them. Zach?
Not going to leave on the 2-step. We're just going to leave on the We broke it.
Lower control arm bolt, snapped it. And when I made the turn, it kicked it out, kicked the control arm out. If we can get that piece out, and then Roger's going to get the other jack, we're gonna jack the housing up, we can get the control arm back up. I just gotta be able to run a bolt through it to get me home. And son of a gun, that is not what I thought was gonna break. I thought it'd be one of these. Son of a biscuit. Oh well.
Okay, guys. Hopefully get home on your own power. We got like a 3/8 bolt run through it. Hold it. So we're gonna take it easy. Thank you for the bolt, sir. All right, let me put some fuel in this thing and load it up, and I'm headed to the house because it is 4:50, and I'd like to get home before dark in case something happens. We're leaving under our own power. It's gonna be a long, slow journey. Now you see, this kind of stuff I don't get crazy about.
this is where it all went sideways. It's very fortuitous that Roger and Patrick showed up. Roger wasn't racing, just Patrick was running his car, his LTD, his Marquis, sorry. And we broke control arm bolt. Now, for some reason, I thought that it broke an upper control arm bolt when the way the car moved. That's what I thought had happened. I had no idea the lower had broke. If I had known that, I probably would have stopped, which would probably not been awesome. I don't know. Could have been either way. We would just had to pull it back, jack it up, and pull it back into the, I don't know. We got to a spot where we could work on it. How about that? But when I made the short turn, that's when it all went sideways. It kicked it out. It's just the spring fell out of it. But it broke a control arm bolt. Now, it still got stock bolts in it, and I thought I had put bolts in it. I mean, don't get me wrong, the stock bolts, I mean, they broke. I mean, I've bent and broke grade 8 bolts. So, you know, stock bolts. I mean, I've bent, 3 of the 8 bolts in the Dragon were bent when I pulled them out. I mean, both front lower control arm attachment bolts were bent, and the top one was bent. Top passenger was bent. So, and I broke them in pro stock. I mean, it is what it is. So, but we broke the fact, it actually looked like it pulled it because it wasn't a clean break. So I was fortunate that Roger and Patrick were there. Patrick had his tools, or mainly his jack, and Roger was driving his housemobile, so he just ferried all the parts down there, for all the tools and stuff down there for me, gave me a ride back down to the car and helped me, you know, work with the jack and stuff like that. Of course, I didn't really film a lot of it because, you know, we're trying to get the car fixed enough to where I could get it home. The only bolt I had bolts with me, but they were too short. They were for uppers. Killed me. So we found one of the other racers had basically a 3/8 bolt. Hold on a second. I think it might be a 5/16 bolt on. It's basically one of these dudes right here, but longer. You know, that he had in his bolt bucket or whatever. So Roger brought that down. It also ground the eyelet down, so there wasn't a whole lot of material holding the spherical part of it, you know. So I slid the bolt in there, put a nut on it with a washer so it wouldn't pull through the hole, tightened it down some, and you know, drove it 70 miles home. So, or not home, but to the facility. So I say 70, it's probably about 60 from the plant. From the facility to the Atmore's, I'll have to check the mileage on that. Maybe I'll put that down there. But anyway, we drove it home. And of course, I wanted to get home before it was dark or leave in case we had any problems. But, you know, every little, I could just feel that bolt. And it wasn't a stainless bolt. I could just, in my mind, it's just tacoing the whole time. I'm like, oh gosh. So, but we made it back here. So it was, you know, it's disappointing, but I want to give a big shout out to Roger for the help and for Patrick for, you know, loaning me his jack and stuff. It was if they hadn't been there, it would have made things much more difficult on my end. So fortunate, and I want to thank Roger for all the help. It was a lifesaver. Took us about an hour, so to speak, to get it all done. But anyway, made it here. So now what? Well, first off, I'm not even going to show you the time slip. It ran like an 11:22, had a 169 60 foot, and it ran an 11:22. Hey, I made the whole trip though, at like 39 miles an hour. So who cares? So we can go ahead and wrap this one up. But so now what? Well, we got to order some spacer, you know, some new bushings. I got to order a new eyelet, and I gotta get some bolts. I mean, and then we'll fix it. And it's disappointing. The last 2 TNTs have been disappointing for me. So, but anyway, it's not the car's fault. It's my fault. You know, I'm the one driving it and putting it together. So, But he did run a personal best mile an hour. I mean, if you want to look at the bright side, or moral victory. But anyway, we'll get him fixed up and get that squared away back there. And I'm probably just going to change all the bolts. It's a lot of work, but you know, I'm just going to put some grade 8 stuff in there. I got those China bolts with the uppers, and I honestly thought that's what broke. I just knew it, but it wasn't. So anyway, we're going to fix all that. I know this one was a bummer. I mean, I'm sorry. We're trying. I mean, but you know, this stuff doesn't get me like box fan kicking crazy. That's just racing. That's stuff that happens. It's the stupid stuff that gets me all wound up. But anyway, sorry guys. We'll get them next time. That's all we can do. So thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you guys support the channel. We couldn't do it without you, and we wouldn't want to, realistically. But especially, thanks for watching. And until next time on the Substandard Leader in Fox Body Videos on this here man's YouTube, one year only Lincolns, 4 drag vans, and as always, fight the good fight against Dr. Fear. We didn't miss any gears. We'll see you guys in the next video.